AITA for kicking my husband out of the house for repeatedly arguing in front of my family about whether or not a certain website is a cesspool. Background: my husband and I are both argumentative people who have sort of tough personalities. I'm a lawyer and he's retired military. We argue frequently about facts or politics, but these are usually good-natured and humorous. But I try not to do this if we're socializing or at family events, since no one wants to watch another couple argue. Almost a year ago, we hosted two of my older relatives at our house for a few days. All was well until the topic of social media came up at dinner. I mentioned something about how Twitter was a toxic waste dump, full of hostility. My husband decides this is something to argue about and says that's not true. So we start arguing about it, and he's getting angry. Our guests were clearly becoming uncomfortable and quiet. Eventually he furiously says this conversation is over, gets up, and abruptly leaves the room. I'm left in awkward silence, and have to apologize to my relatives. After they left, I told him how upset I was, that he made us look like two psychos arguing over something so stupid, and that wasn't a normal way to act with guests. He apologized, said he wouldn't do it again, and admitted to me that Twitter was awful and didn't know why he even argued about it. 6 months later, we were visiting with another relative and he did the same thing, about the same topic. I don't know how it came up, but he angrily argued till it was awkward and uncomfortable. After that, I was very upset. Once again, he apologized and promised me it wouldn't happen again. About a month ago, he told me on his own accord that he was thinking of deleting Twitter because it was such a cesspool. Then at Thanksgiving hosted by my cousin yesterday, he does it again. We're sitting at the table having a pleasant conversation, and my brother mentioned that after the initial argument where he stormed out of the room, it had concerned my older relative so much that she had told my family she was concerned for our marriage. So the Twitter topic came up, and once again he starts arguing about it in a hostile manner, till the table was uncomfortable and quiet. Finally I said, "Are you seriously going to gaslight me again on this topic? Did you not just tell me you were thinking of quitting Twitter because it's such a toxic waste dump?" And he says not in those exact words. I was furious he did this to me again, and we didn't speak on the ride home or for the rest of the night. Today, he says nothing to me and doesn't bother to acknowledge it or apologize. I feel like I'm married to some big domineering gorilla that likes to make displays to show he's in charge and make everyone bow down to his foul moods. He doesn't even actually disagree or care about this topic, so I don't know why he does this. Finally I boil over and tell him I want him to leave the house. 3 strikes and you're out. He just asks for how long and I said I don't know. He then stormed around angrily, got his stuff, and left.